Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Hello.
Hello.
I love that music. It's just like, and it's like game time, you know?
Yep. I love
game
it
time
too.
for doodlers.
I love it too. So we have prom tonight at my
do you have to go?
At my new school. We do go. And so yeah.
Do you have a special outfit and everything picked out for it? Or are you just going to do usual?
I'm going to wear a dress, which is unusual for me because I don't wear dresses, but.
What color is it?
Oh, it's black. It is black. It is a basic black dress.
There's nothing wrong with a basic black dress at all. So how does your school do it? Will it be at a hotel?
It's at an event space.
Uh-huh.
So if you have watched anything with the Chiefs, like Union Station is our old train depot, but it's now it's where our RPDC is at, and they have Science City and little shopping areas and stuff. Well, this is right next to it. So yeah.
Fun.
Downtown Kansas City. So we'll see if it's fun. We'll see. I mean, it's high school prom, so
make good choices and then it will be fun.
Yes. Well, I said, so what's going to be my job? And they're like, well, usually making sure people aren't twerking on the dance floor. I was like, nice. Okay.
Just what I wanted to do. This is why I got my doctorate.
Put a little space between you. So yeah, it'll be fun. My team is really fun. And so I can't imagine that it won't be fun just because we have a great team. So,
well, and it'll be fun to see the students dressed up and.
Oh, it always is. Yeah.
Yeah. And that just dressing up will probably add a layer of just hopefully different behaviors and choices.
Right. I've always helped out with prom, even at my previous school, because I like to just see the kids, and those are the kids that I teach, and they like for you to be involved. And so the difference is I just don't know as many of these kids when you're an assistant principal or a principal, the ones that get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what or the kids who are athletes, because I do go to a lot of the games and stuff. So
yeah, so that'll be fun.
It will be. How about you? How are things?
Things are good. Things are busy. Annabeth turned 17 this week. So for anybody who's been around since I don't know, the idea flood sketchnote challenges.
Shut up.
The little bitty, or even the ones that have been here for OG Doodle and Chat, right? So I don't know, what is that, 7 years? I mean, she's probably started when we were 10, right?
Shut
17. Up. Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you have a 17 and an 18.
I do. That's crazy. Yeah. Lots of talk about futures and colleges. So
yeah.
The best part of that right now is that we're on a happy note, because there's also that, impending doom of reality. I don't like that. I don't like that part of this stage of life for them. I like the happy talks when we're looking forward to things and we're planning.
I know. I've been there. Yes. 4 times.
Yes. Yes, you have. So it's a lot, but they're both handling it really well. So lots of positive things that are happening for both of them. So that's good.
Good.
Yeah. I'm still drawing my bunnies. I'm behind. I missed yesterday. But it's okay.
They're so cute though.
They're in beards now. So I've decided that the whole 100-day challenge is bunnies in and then fill in the blank. And so right now it was tiny t-shirts 2 weeks ago. Now they're in beards. I missed yesterday, so I have to draw them today. But I also promised myself today that I would do a lot of cleaning. I'm going to try to be really strong about that. Mandi, I don't like to clean. Not even a little bit.
I actually kind of do, which
I
is
know
weird.
you do. We differ on that greatly.
Which is weird for me. Did I tell you last week that I took my stove apart?
You did, and you told me you conquered it.
It's just, I still sometimes just stand in the kitchen and look at the stove and go, so satisfying.
And I stand in my kitchen and go, shit, I have to clean that. Damn, it's dirty still. Speaking of that, I saw a really funny post that said something to the extent of, with AI, everybody's focusing on how AI can write the better email or AI can write the better essay. And I really think that we're missing the mark when it comes to how we're developing AI, because we should be focusing on how can AI do a load of laundry so that I can draw or read my book? How can AI do my dishes so that I was like, yes, that should be our focus.
So the one area I don't like to clean is my bathroom. Like, I hate to clean the shower, the tub. I don't mind cleaning the toilet and, sweeping and mopping the floor. That part doesn't bother me. But the shower and the tub, I hate cleaning it. I don't know why. And so, yes, I need AI that will just do that for me.
I agree. AI that can make the dinners, plan the dinners, all that stuff. That's what we need AI for.
That's right.
So, not speaking of AI, I don't know why I thought that might be a segue, but I really didn't think it'd be a segue. But it is April.
It is. Oh my gosh.
I know. Very exciting, but also it's like impending doom as an educator, right? Like, we don't get off until there's no days off aside from weekends until Memorial Day weekend. Like, the kids were asking, when's our next day off? I said, not until May 28th. They're like, what? I was like, yep. I'm like, we're in it for the long haul. But it's April, and it's also the first week of April, which means it's time for another Doodle and Chat classy.
Yes, it is.
And this one we're calling Imagine That. And I feel like I've called something else that before, but I looked and we haven't called anything that. So it's a new name for a Doodle and Chat classy. And we're going to take blobs and turn them into images. Now, I know we've done Blob sketchnoting, and I'll have to put a link to that in our show notes, but the link to the classy is in our show notes. So anybody who wants to print out the one pager, or there's a preset of blobs that they can just print out and have ready for their classroom. But this activity is just intended to kind of get those inferential, that imagination flowing and connecting images to shapes, and just kind of get us those creative juices flowing. And I think that we'll also find that it's going to kind of stretch that comfort zone a little bit. Whereas, like, if you're imagining a chicken, you look at the chicken and you draw the chicken. This one is more like, look at the blob. What does it make you imagine? So it's kind of, I feel like, a higher level, like a level 2, right?
Okay.
Doodling activity. But I think in a really fun way. Like when I was creating the one pager, trying to imagine the doodles to make visuals for everybody to see, it was fun, So I am excited for this.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to turn our cameras on. We're going to start by, I think, drawing some blobs.
Yep.
I will say that you and I do a lot of our Doodle and Chat work in Canva, which we both love. And I create the one pagers in Canva. Canva has really good blobs. So if you want to go on and create an 8x10 in there and then just drop a bunch of blobs on the page, it's a super easy prep for this activity, right?
Yep.
Or you could do what we're going to do, which is we're just going to draw a bunch of blobs on paper, which I also think is kind of a nice exercise in just relaxation, right? We're going to draw in color for the first couple minutes.
Yep.
So you have your iPad.
I do, and I'm actually going to use a paintbrush tool.
Ooh.
To hopefully kind of emulate like a paint blob, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to go.
Awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
I have my Sharpie, what do they call them? Snote. I don't know why they named them that. It's kind of
I love those.
I do too, but I thought because they're a little see-through, is that
Yeah.
is that the right word?
Yeah.
They might work. So fun.
They have some new colors of, I think those out. I'm pretty sure I saw them with the new colors of the ink joys that are out, which I did purchase, but I didn't get the others. And every time I go now to Target and they're on that end cap, and I'm like,
wait, so the ink joy clickers? You mean like the regular pens?
Yes. They're in pastels. And there's a white one that works really well. And so I am a doodler at heart. It's how I focus on things. So I've been taking them with me with my dark colored Post-it notes, and I will Zentangle, or I will just letter things. And I know people around me are like, what is she doing?
But you're like, it works for me.
But I love to doodle with these. They just make my heart happy. And my administrative assistant that works next door to me saw me one day, and she came in Monday and she's like, I found them. I bought them too.
Those are my favorite gel pens, the Inkjoy ones, for sure.
Pastels, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Okay.
I'm still obsessed with the Sharpie, not the Sharpie, the Flair Bold. I'm on my second round of those.
Well, the Flair, the Pilot, they're Pilot, right? Flares?
Yes, I think so.
They have new colors too, and they have a dual pin now
that is
the like brush tip on one side, and I don't have those yet either, but I want them. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But yep, that's where I'm at with life right now. Oh no, that was too big.
And I haven't just colored in like a minute.
Okay. Well, I may have just set myself up for failure with this, but we'll see.
All right, so you're going for 4 things. I'll try for 4 also.
I did, just because I had 4 colors picked out.
Oh.
So I had 4 colors picked out. So you and I definitely blob differently. We always have.
Well, I almost feel like this would be extra fun if I created this blob sheet. Maybe someday we can try this with the magic of technology, and then we swapped them.
Yep.
And actually, we could do that someday if I brought my iPad. We could send them to each other.
We could.
It would not be hard to do. Well, I feel compelled to make it obnoxious because I also know like the end goal of this, and I don't want myself to feel like I'm cheating.
Yes.
Like, let me draw a shape that I know will be a ghost.
Right.
So now I think I've set myself up for like ridiculousness.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know what? I just had a fun idea that will keep us both from pre-drawing. So we got this idea, or this idea was re-inspired because we've done Blob sketchnoting, which was so fun. And I think we probably reflected the same way about how fun it was to color in and things like this.
Yeah.
And I can put the name of the person in the show notes when we're done here, but you know, he used this activity, he shared this activity because he wanted people to be inspired to create and just get a little bit uncomfortable, which is always a good thing. But what he did, which I also think might help people anchor on this activity, is he kind of gave the blobs a theme. So he said that he wanted us to take blobs and turn them into monsters. So that's another thing I think that could be really fun with this activity. So you draw the blobs. It actually might help people kind of funnel their visuals, their visualizing.
Yeah.
Like, so if we said the theme was, I don't know, fruits, right? Then
Mhm.
all we would have to do is see fruits in our blobs, right?
Yeah.
Or if we said animals, then all we would have to do is see animals in our blobs. So, do we want to give that a try? Or you and I could take turns picking something, and we could each, we could go back and we would each get 2.
Random noun generator.
Is that what you just looked up?
I did.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, and I don't know, this may not be the right way to go. So, bead, maple, overshoot. I don't know what an overshoot is for a noun, and winery. Bead, maple. So this may be too narrow.
Yes, we would need a list of broad topics. We need like groups, right?
Yeah, let's see if I can find a random topic to draw generator. Random things to draw.
Okay.
Generate drawing ideas. Lollipop was the first one.
So you could do candy, right?
Yep. Generate drawing ideas. Let's see. Eggs.
So that's food, right?
Yeah. Wolf. So that's animals.
Mm-hmm.
So are you liking any of them?
Well, we got 3. Let's do one more.
That one is also animals. Sea animals. Sea animals. Or flowers. Flowers.
Flowers.
So what was our list again? I didn't write them down.
That's okay. So we had animal, food,
Candy.
sea animal. Oh, there was one more. Was it flowers?
Flowers.
Then Kristen and James are here with us. James, I don't remember what his name is. I don't know if it was a daily monster drawer or it did. I don't know. It kind of was like one of those things that like pops into your reels when you're, Instagramming. Wait, what are we doing? Flowers, animals, and food? And sea animals?
Yeah. Animal, food, sea animals, and flowers.
Oh, flowers, yes.
Okay. Are we ready?
I'm ready. Oh, okay. Boy. This feels like it just got significantly more difficult. Are you starting at the top of the list or are you going one at a time?
Well, I actually surprisingly had already seen an animal kind of in this one. And so
I don't like you. Okay. Here we go, maybe.
So one of our secondary director of curriculum and instruction was leading an activity about a month ago, and he was talking about like a shared perception of something and how just because everybody thinks that it's the right thing doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right thing. And he had us start off by drawing Frankenstein. So everybody draw Frankenstein. And then when we finished, he showed a picture and he said, "Who drew this?" And it was the picture of Dr. Frankenstein. He said, "How many of you drew his monster?"
That's deep.
Right? And he said, "Everybody in this room, when you say Frankenstein, picture his monster."
Yeah.
But it's not right. And so he led it into the whole thing of just because we all have this shared idea of how something should be doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, which
Yeah.
I thought was a really cool activity. But
That is fun.
yeah.
All right, I did the
Okay, I
bunny,
also saw a bunny in that.
but he's like doing a little with his hands back. I don't know. That was fun.
So without seeing the bottom part of it, that one kind of looked like one of those chocolate bunnies
Oh,
that you had at
okay.
Easter. Like at first when I saw it, I saw that.
Yeah, I made him kind of doing like a little. I was going to do a bunny jump and put his little paws here. Then I was like, well, this could be fun. I'll make him do like I don't even know what you call that. Something. He's jumping. All right, I'm on to food now. So yay. I mean, my first thought goes to an egg, but that feels too easy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, any of them could be eggs, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to resist the urge. Food. Kristen, James, anybody see anything food wise? You could help us out. Avocado toast for me, or I guess. Oh yeah, we could do avocado toast. Nice job. I like that.
Well, that's kind of what I was headed for when I was trying to do that, but I didn't make my avocado pit big enough.
Oh, that's a big piece of toast we got going on here.
Oh, look at that. Mine is just the whole mine is an avocado cut in half.
Oh, look at you. Kristen, what do you like on your avocado toast? I have yet to get it right. It always seems kind of bland. I probably don't season it enough. I have seen that. She said she likes that everything seasoning, like you do on a bagel.
Everything bagel seasoning. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. My toasted toast did not turn out so toasted. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything will be okay. All right. The next up is a sea animal.
So I kind of see a stingray in this. I'm going to try.
Oh.
Like I kind of see a stingray, but I'm not really exactly sure what a stingray looks like.
I think I'm going to go for microscopic sea animals. Maybe we'll give them a little personality too. Okay, this is just becoming a made up one then now, I think. Not real. Kristen says there's no stingray emoji. I bet you she went to look it up.
I don't know. Do they have yours is an amoeba?
Something like that.
You look like an amoeba. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it needs like something right here. Like, I don't actually know.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know how stingrays work. So
no, you're good. T went through a super hyper, interest in the stingrays at some point. So you're good. I've seen one or two of them.
Okay, good. There we go. I love it. It is still to be discovered organism from the depths of the ocean. All right, the last one is a flower.
Oh boy, I saved the lovely one for last. I feel like this could be the easiest way to kind of entry point for this activity. Like
Yeah.
any blob can be a flower, right?
Yeah.
It almost could be the first thing you do with the kids. It's like, let's make flowers out of blobs. Oh dear. And yet mine's terrible. Oh, look at that. Fancy.
Like, I don't know. Is that okay? Is that a flower?
I think so. Or a leaf of it's a living thing.
Well, so I tried to put the little like pollen thingies on there.
Mine looks like an alien flower. Mine's terrible.
Well, so I thought about doing that too, but then I was going to try to go for like, I don't know. I thought about doing like the circles and making it more like a yellow what's lavender. You know how lavender is just like the balls put together?
Yes. So Kristen says Manuel Herrera does this with birds. I thought it was squiggles. Was it squiggles that he does the birds? I think it is. I just butchered my flower also.
I have seen the birds, like the blobs to burbs. Like there's a lot of art that you can buy where people just take the blobs and turn them into birds, which I think is super cute. Like I
Yes.
love those birds with the long legs and little beaks, and like I've done that too.
The squiggles are fun too. I've seen those also, like turning squiggles into things. I don't think we've ever done a squiggle doodle in chat.
We haven't, but do you remember there used to be a guy on Twitter, and he would post a blob once a week, and then everybody would turn it into something and then post what they turned it into. I was part of that. I can't remember who that was now, but he posted just a blob a week. I might actually
Maybe
have
we're
some
missing an idea here, Mandi. You just gave me an idea.
Well, I might have some in here. Let me see if I can.
That could be a fun challenge.
I know. I really feel like I did it on my iPad, and so I have so much in here. Who knows where I would have nested it, but I really thought I did it on my iPad. Maybe I didn't.
So James says somebody did it with coffee stains. I've seen that. I've also seen people do it with clouds.
Yep.
There's a whole clouds account on Instagram. That could be a fun little challenge that Doodle and Chat sponsors.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Let me look at us go. Oh, right here.
Look at those blobs.
Everyone can sketch. And let's see if I can get it back to the original blob. That was the original, or that was the original squiggle.
Huh. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking.
So these were so much fun. Like, let's see what the original was here. Right there. That was the original.
Fun.
And it was so interesting to see what everybody turned it into, because everybody saw something different.
So Kristen says that they have the Bob Ross game, Happy Little Accidents, and you make a bank of squiggles and you give out squirrel points.
That sounds fun. I've never seen that game before, but that sounds fun.
I love games with the great themes when they really just like nail the theme.
Squirrel points. That's fantastic.
Yes. Yes. Well, this was fun and nice and short and sweet. There was not a lot of prep time for this, but then but a good amount of conversation. and also just made us stretch a little bit uncomfortableness, but nothing terrible either.
And I love your idea of like, if you're doing this in a classroom and let's say you're just wanting to do like a brain warm up or a brain break, somebody draws a squiggle, passes it to the next person. And then you could do like we did, like draw a random topic. Or if you were getting ready to study something, do you see something in what we're getting ready to study? Like what could you draw?
Yeah.
You know,
so draw a blob, pass the blob. Yeah.
Yeah.
That can
I
be fun.
think pass the blob.
Oh!
I love it. I love it.
Maybe that could, writing ideas down, which happens every Doodle and Chat.
James says, I think all of my doodles are just blobs and squiggles. It's true. Carrie and I just had this conversation the other day that our drawings are really just a combination of very simple things.
Yes. Not complicated at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in our minds, it's not.
Okay, so the stingray turned out cute. Like at first
I told you, and you even gave it its little stingray smile.
I did. And at first I was like, I don't know how to draw a stingray, but he turned out okay.
You did.
It was really a lot easier having the topic.
Yes, I agree. And like the guy that I shared, and I have to remember to put his name in Instagram. I mean, on the show notes, but he just chose monsters. And I even think like any age group would love that.
Oh, monsters would have been so much fun too.
Or just creature. Because then their creatures have eyes and mouths, like, and then whatever else it is, you're just telling us about it, right?
Yep.
So yeah, lots of fun potential for this. But now I'm thinking I'm going to have to draw bunnies in action.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, this was fun. This was something. Now I have a new thing to do when I'm sitting in a meeting and I need to doodle and keep my mind occupied so I can focus.
Well, you could also do
sketchnotes
or blobs and tangles.
I already kind of do that, but yeah, now I may just start taking highlighters with me too. I'm gonna have to put highlighters in my little bag of goodness.
You can start giving those out as gifts to the admin when it's their birthdays. You could even make the bag. It's called Mandi's bag. No, don't want it. Bags of goodness.
Bags of goodness. Bags of goodness.
I love it.
So I have my little pencil case that I made where it slides down and it shows the pens and then you pull it back up. And every time somebody new is sitting next to me, they're like, what just happened with that? Like magic pencil bag.
Magic pencil bag. So fun. So fun.
It is fun.
All right, friends, if you were here with us today or you're joining us later and you decided to doodle and chat along with us for our Imagine That Blob doodles, please snap a picture of your doodle or inspired blobs and share it out on your favorite social media platform using hashtag Doodle and Chat so everybody can see all the fun that we have here every Saturday morning at 9:33-ish Central Standard Time. And then join us back here next Saturday, April 13th, when educator Eric Hansen, my dad's name is Neil Hansen. I can't tell you how many times when I was creating his visuals for the social media, I had to change his name. It was Neil Hansen, because that's my dad's name. His name is Eric Hansen. Educator Eric Hansen joins us on Doodle and Chat with Friends, and we cannot wait for that. We will see everybody here next Saturday. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.